Hey everybody, it's Mike. Welcome back to the channel. So finally back with an update. It's been a few weeks, and last update I did, we got, that was right after the main event of the mid-January freeze. And then we got a couple days where it was really nice. That's why I made that video. And then we had a couple nights back down to about 20 degrees Fahrenheit. So I did bring in the large Robusta there on the corner, along with my silver Bismark palms, brought them back in the house. And then a couple days later, I brought them back outside again. But as soon as the mild weather hit, we got an atmospheric river of rain that came through for about a week straight. So all the Bismarcks got rained on for quite a while. Some of my other seedlings did too. And you know, overall things did all right, but I'm gonna kind of just breeze over everything that's doing okay, and then I will cover everything, but I'm gonna really focus on a few of these things because there is some not so good news, unfortunately. I like to push boundaries a little too much with these palms, and I definitely am paying the price for it. So I went a little too rogue with some of these, which I'll explain in a little bit. So Butea Ordata Silver. So these are the ones that were over here before. There's no rhyme or reason to how I put everything out here right now. I do have to reposition everything, so it's all kind of in order again. But this morning, spear pull on this one. I was really surprised. I think if I had to guess, I would say that it just got a little too wet, a little too much rain. And you know, these are pretty drought tolerant, and they don't like to stay too wet for too long. So most of them are doing okay, but like I said, you know, that one had a spear pull. That one looks like it might be possibly heading toward a spear pull, so I'm going to keep an eye on that one too. And then back here, still have the 3 dormant pots of Sable Minor, hoping those wake up eventually. Sable Louisiana, got that one right there, still going, and there's another little one coming up. How about that? I got 2 of them now. And then Sable Birmingham, you know, still doing really good as well. They were in the greenhouse. Greenhouse did a much better job with the heat lamp than the back of my truck with the C9 lights. It did not really warm them up too well in the back of the truck, and some of them got some pretty good damage. But right there we got the Trachycarpus fortunei, the large one. The windmill palm still looking really good. It was out here for those couple of cold nights, and it did just fine. There's one of my silver Bismarck palms. The new spear is really solid. It's not having any issues with any of the wet weather, at least at this point. So yeah, this one's a tough one here. And then the spear pull victim right here actually looks pretty good, even though it got rained on for a week straight. It still looks really good. I did put some hydrogen peroxide in the crown after the rain event, just to kind of pull out any unnecessary moisture in there. So I think that should do just fine. Washingtonia Robusta, not much to report. It's still doing really good, still growing. That one's fanned out right there, that spear. Fanned out pretty good recently. Sable Burana, he's got a little roughed up. Most of them look all right, especially that large one right there, but these were in the back of my pickup. I would say it probably got down to about 13, 14 degrees in the back of that pickup, so some of these really did get hammered. That one right there doesn't look so good. Some of the old growth on that one's not looking very good. But you know, I think we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens when springtime hits and the warm weather really sets in, because some of these might bounce back. But most of them do still look okay for the, you know, Sable Burana here. So very tough palms, I'm finding out. Smaller silver Bismarck seedlings are actually doing really well. This one here still has this spear that's been declining, but there's no spear pull yet. And the old growth still looks okay, so just like the other ones, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on it. But and then the last 2 here, still looking pretty good. This one looks like it's kind of starting to, it's starting to look a little weird, but yeah, you know, as usual, I'll have to keep an eye out. The Sable Palmetto Lisas still doing good. Nothing really new to report there. And then this one, this is one of my other larger silver Bismarcks. Now, I did notice that this frond was kind of closing up a little bit, and it got me a little worried. And of course, spear pull. This is about 3 days ago. And so I now have a second Bismarck with a spear pull. Nothing different from last year. 2 out of the 3 also had spear pulls last year. It's probably the same 2. But as you can see, the old growth is still looking really good. So as long as that old growth is still looking good, you know, I did shoot some hydrogen peroxide down there a couple times just to get some unnecessary moisture out of there too. But yeah, so that's another bad news right there for the Bismarcks. But you know, overall, I think they're going to do okay though. I think they'll come out of it. And more bad news here. Just bad news central, bad news bears. But we got the Sable Minor Emerald Isle Giant, the last survivor of the seedlings I had. And you know, no spear pull or anything, but it's really looking rough. And I'm hoping maybe it's starting to improve a little bit, because you know, these did look a little bit worse, so I'm hoping that maybe they're coming back. Same with the Sable Minor right there, the large Sable Minor. This one really declined, but again, no spear pull. I did replace the soil in these as well, just to kind of help them out. Same with the Sable Brazoria, and you can see they look a lot like the Sable Minor, just received a ton of damage. These are the ones where the pots froze solid for about 2 or 3 days. So looking a little rough, no spear pulls. Roots still look pretty good, because I think that one I haven't replaced the soil, because it was looking pretty good, and I think it's going to come back okay. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on these two. I hope they survive. I've been growing them for about 5 years. They're very slow growing, so I'd hate to see them go bye-bye. That would be bad. And then Sable Cyarm, doing okay. Phoenix canariensis, the Canary Island Day Palm, that was at Volunteer. It's still going strong. It was also in the greenhouse, along with the pair of Camarops humilis. Still looking really good. Those are pretty cold hardy, so wasn't really too worried about those. Serenoa repens, the silver saw palmetto, still looking really good. And then I'll go over here. These are the Trachycarpus fortunae wagnerianus hybrids. Really pretty much unfazed. They were in the greenhouse as well, just a little bit of spotting on the old growth, but overall they're doing really good. So very cold hardy palms right there. And over here we got the Texas Sable. A lot of them still look bad. They still look really roughed up, but some of them that have come back are still doing okay. Like I said, these are going to be survival of the fittest at this point, I think, with the Texas Sable. They received a lot of root damage when I separated them originally from their community pots. And there's more back here, as you can see. Some of them look rougher than others, but I don't know. That one looks really good. I think it's going to do all right. And then a few more back here. And then another bummer. Livistona chinensis, Chinese fan palms. These were in the back of the truck as well. They probably saw low teens at their coldest. And you can really see on the old growth there, even some of the new growth, looking really rough. You know, these, I could have brought these in the house and they probably would have been fine. But I like to push boundaries with these things, and it doesn't always work out so well. But that's how I learn. That's how I learn. So yeah, got more here. Some of them do look okay. That one looks actually really good. But yeah, overall the Livistona chinensis, Chinese fan palms, you know, I'm finding once they get down to about the mid-teens, especially in the pots, they start going into decline. But they do bounce back really well in the spring when the warmer weather hits. So, so yeah, that's pretty much all the bad news. I really have not, I haven't lost anything completely, but I do have some that are suffering a little bit, like this one, the Bismark with the new one with a spear pole. And then, of course, that one over there with the spear pole. And the Butea Ordata Silver with the spear pole right there. So those are ones to watch out for. And last but not least, small Washingtonia. These are the two, I have these in 2-gallon pots. They took off over the summer and I had to transplant them a few times just so they could, you know, so the roots wouldn't be growing out of the bottom of the pots so much. But they're doing great. These were in the greenhouse as well. That looks like more of a Robusta right there. Some of these look a little more foliifera. I think some of them are, you know, probably hybrids between the foliifera and the Robusta. So once they get older, we'll see more of that. You know, some of these fan fronds are looking a little rough, but the new growth seems to be doing okay. But yep, all the Washingtonias, the small Washingtonias, are doing just fine. So that's about it. I will keep you guys updated on the ones that are not doing so well, and hopefully they bounce back. Hopefully there's some good news to report later on those, but overall most everything is doing okay. Just a little bit of damage, but I will keep you guys posted on any new developments, good or bad, and let you know what comes next. So anyway, that's about it for this update. If you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them below. As always, thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the next one.